99.3 Nigeria Info. Yes, we are back on your radio. Dailies today. Part 2 is here. Lagos. Shall we begin right now? The papers are in already. I am Sheriff Quadry.
I'm Jimi Disu.
Okay. Now that we are both here, let me announce that you can watch us live on Facebook and YouTube. Nigeria Info 99.3 is what you can search for on this platform. You see the logo NI, and once you see it, then you know it's time to watch us live on those platforms. The logo is NI on Facebook and YouTube. Watch us. Drop your comment. We'll take them as we go along. Let's start this morning with the Tribune newspaper on page 29 of the Tribune. Ondo 2020, 10 political parties to adopt a consensus governorship candidate. That's at the top page of top side of that page. We're looking at another headline from that same page. Governorship ambition. Lagos ex-commissioner resigned from APC. Low baton. Governorship ambition. No, the Lobaton party is not part of the governorship ambition. Lagos ex-commissioner resigns from APC.
This is a part of the movie when the music changes and you hear This gentleman we are talking about, his name is Dr. Abdul Karim Abdul Latif. I don't know which is his surname, but he was a former commissioner. He had an ambition to run for governorship in 2023.
Okay.
He did what is expected of any gentleman, what is expected of any thoroughbred politician. He gave notice early enough. He seems prepared. You understand? I doff my hat for this gentleman. Okay? He's not going to wait to say, I'm waiting for my people to call on me. He's doing none of that. So very early in the day, he has said, I want to.
This is remarkable.
I want to run. It's from
first, all sides. It's just remarkable.
It's the first I have seen in this country. I don't say there have not been others.
Yeah.
So what happened in the APC? He made his ambition known to some leaders. So he called them close leaders of the party, whom he respected, and then I think they told him point blank, thankfully, that there's no vacancy. So he left the party. Because he says that he is interested in pursuing his ambition to become a governor. And he's my hero. This gentleman is my hero.
It's remarkable,
It's people like this that you need as leaders.
So some people stay in your team and sabotage your effort and everything because of their own inordinate ambition.
Not just that. Not just that.
He decides to,
He appears to be a very clear-minded person.
Right.
And he says, I want to run. And I don't want to say he has my vote.
Yeah.
But he does have my support. I must say that. That he does is a man to watch.
I mean, regardless of whichever party he comes out from in the future, what he's done is actually remarkable. Because in some other states, I mean, just concluded the election in Edo, you see some people leaving the cabinet of the incumbent governor very late on into the campaigns.
Yes.
They will now resign their appointment as commissioners, then jump to the other party.
This man,
it's quite remarkable.
It was quite clear. He didn't say he would tell us about his political direction. So he's getting prepared. Okay, he's getting prepared. Part of what he bases his argument on, though, I need to caution him.
Yeah.
Is from the Awori side of the state. And he says that he believes that by being Awori, he's entitled to it. I want to quickly call his attention to the fact that Lagos is a multinational state.
Right.
Yes, there are indigenes. I'm an indigene, yes. But to be honest with you, the indigenes are endangered species. So if I were him, I'd play down the indigene shit.
Yeah.
Because once you do that, you raise an alarm. If I were him, I'd play it down. From what I read that he's doctor, it means he's probably well educated up to PhD level.
All right.
It is said that he used to be the former advisor to the Speaker of the House of Assembly. But and then he praised in leaving. He praised Governor Sanwo-Olu. He praised everybody. He praised Tinubu and praised Tunde Balogun, all of them. He said something. He said, all my supporters are not going with me, but that he will wish that they are not blackmailed for staying in the party. And he has made a clean break. This man is a hero. This is what leaders are made of. So he has my support in principle.
Okay.
If because look, APC has to be given we cannot continue with the status quo. And I am glad that the horizon seems to be coming from within.
Right.
Because the PDP just refused to get themselves organized.
Do we expect more of this?
I hope we do. It's a very good example. I hope we do. But again, I don't want any situation where some people
because
are
this
now
happens to be like once in a lifetime thing. It rarely occurs, especially in Lagos.
But the time,
it's one hard thing to come by in Lagos.
I don't think so. The times are changing. For 20 years, one man has. Let's be honest with ourselves, Sheriff. Let's call one man has held sway. He can't hold sway forever. Everything has an expiry date, even life.
Right.
And I think that this man is brave enough to challenge the status quo. For that alone, more like this, I hope will happen even from within. Those who will very early, won't wait until primaries. This man knows the game he's playing.
Right.
He knows the game he's playing.
Right.
Whether Chief Bode George will go after him very quickly and absorb him in the PDP, I don't know. But I don't think he's going in that direction.
Would you want him to join the PDP?
It's a matter of choice. There's no difference between all of them.
If you're going to stand up, to the ruling party in the state, APC,
yes,
you better come through a stronger party or equally a strong party.
It doesn't follow. You don't know the kind of strength he has even within the APC.
Does it look like he has any strength?
I don't know, but you see, you never know what kind of strength people are fed up, Sheriff.
Yeah.
I have friends in the APC, loads of them. They would never tell other people outside, but they're fed up of the status quo. You want to run for the simplest of things, you have to go spend the whole night at this side of town. Nobody's going to be doing that. They've all grown up. All those 30-year-olds that were under Bola Tinubu 30 years ago, they're now in their 50s. Are they going to continue to live their lives like that? And then don't forget, the strongest rumor in the APC, that his son wants to run. And I can assure you that is going to set the APC on fire. Because this is not royalty. I don't know him. He has every right to aspire to whatever he wants.
Right.
But the symbolic part of it, already people are saying it's not real. There's going to be a big fight for Lagos in 2023. And I'll be right in the middle. For all you know, I might even want to contest.
If you are contesting, Jimmy.
Yes.
If you are contesting.
No, if I'm going to contest.
If you are contesting in 2023.
Yes. Don't tell me you want to contest. So I'm by now.
I will be your running. I'll be your running mate.
You cannot do that. No, I don't. If I ever wanted to contest in politics,
right,
I'll be looking at the legislature.
Right.
Yes.
Where the real change happens, right?
Yes, and I will start from I don't believe in starting from the top. Maybe I'll first of all go for the House legislature in my local government. All of Daberu, move upwards, yeah.
Rearrange things and
yeah. That's where, for me, that's where the action is really.
Is that something you're considering? Seriously? Are you considering?
No. I don't have the strength for it anymore. So I wish I did.
About to retire, right?
Because of, you see, when I know if nobody knows my contribution to democracy, I know, even those who call themselves the fathers of democracy. There are some of us who are senior brothers of democracy. We don't say anything about it.
Right.
But the way it all took off eventually was, it disappointed a lot of us. And therefore, we just crawled back into our professions. But that's a story for another day.
Yeah, I would love to hear that story on another day. Let's stay with this story. Abiru has no eligibility crisis, says Lagos APC. That's another headline.
Well, the APC, they have it this morning. If you find a party, saying that its candidate does not have eligibility crisis, and they say the attention has been drawn to an online report of an unknown blog that a suit has been instituted challenging the eligibility, it shows you that they are under panic. Because if he has no problem and the suit has been instituted, why not just go to court and thrash it out?
Right.
It shows that there's a problem. I don't understand I don't know if it's Mr. or Dr. Abiru.
Yep.
For example, I've been trying to get him. I can't. I got him on the phone once, because I had Badamosi here.
Yeah.
I can't get him. I sent him a tweet out there in the open. He ignored it. I hear he's press shy. Okay. But he can't hide forever.
Is he hiding?
No,
you think he's hiding?
No, he can't. I think so. I spoke to him. I didn't just leave a message. I tweeted him out in the open. Okay? And I spoke to him and said, "Sir, I'd like you." He said, "I will tell my whatever to get in touch with you. If at his level, he makes a promise to somebody like me and he can't keep it, then I have a problem with him. I have a problem with him. If at his level, I cannot have a discussion and book an appointment with him immediately for him to come for something that in reality will benefit him more.
In reality, actually.
Yes.
Actually.
Yes. And you now say, I will get arrogantly too, that I will get somebody to get in touch with you. And I humbled myself and I said, I'll look forward to it, sir. and he never did.
Okay.
He can run, but he can't hide.
Oh,
yes.
That.
Because he's our senator.
Yeah, well.
He can't. He's our senator.
To be.
Yes. The part of what I think the problem is, the kind of stories I'm hearing that are making the rounds are mind-boggling.
Okay.
Okay. And these things are better confronted than shying away from. But that's a story for another day. But
hopefully we'll return your courtesy and come for the show. Maybe
it's neither here nor there. If it does, fine. Doesn't, fine. Look, but there's another thing though, is that I know that his appointment is also causing a lot of ripples within the party.
You said it from the beginning.
But yes, but unfortunately, our people don't have the culture of speaking out. That's why this gentleman is my hero. I love loads of people in APC now. The chairman of the party was my senior in school. I know loads of people. I talk to loads of people from the elders down to even the whatever. So I know a lot of what's going on there. These things they always say behind. When we will have that culture of going public with our thoughts that concerns the larger public,
right.
when we'll have that culture within us, I honestly don't know. We put ourselves in prison. Jimi Joma, don't let anybody let you know that. Okay, load up.
We do that a lot, actually.
We do that a lot. And that's why one or two people have been having a free reign, saying you go, you can't go. Life is not like that. Life is not like that. I'm going to keep my eyes on this other gentleman.
Yes.
If I'm going to go,
I'm
going to go and search for himself. What's his name again? Dr. Abdul Latif.
Okay. All right. Let's go to Vanguard. Let's drop the nation for a moment. No nation can progress when mediocres are in charge. Bakari. Interesting point.
That is a given. That is a given. No nation can grow if all you practice at the top level is mediocrity. And unfortunately, this is not something that I would rather, I wish I didn't have to say. We haven't put our first 11 forward, but we have another opportunity in 2023. Let us even have a leader that you will look at and be inspired. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
Look, a lot of leadership is by perception. Look at Jerry Rawlings way back then in Ghana. I don't think he performed any magic as such, but that drive that he had to galvanize his people into action.
Right.
We need leaders of that mold. I'm not saying Jerry Rawlings is a military, but even look at the presidents that you've had in Ghana. There was one of them who was delivering a speech at the United Nations. I'm not given to listening to speeches,
right?
But he delivered it extempore for about 35 to 40 minutes, and I kept watching this man, and I felt, this is a leader. Then you'll be able to carry people along and have confidence. But look at what we have is not our first 11. And the media is not helping matters. One of the quarrels I have with them today again is the president gave a speech yesterday. Most of the guys in the media went back again to the same old people, to Adebanjo, to...
it's my next story.
It's your next story. So let's take that one.
Independence Day speech, Adebanjo, Yakasai, TUC, PDP, can. Others, knock Buhari. It comes with a rider, as president says, it makes no sense for oil to be cheaper in Nigeria than Saudi Arabia.
Most of our journalists are lazy. They lack imagination. They lack integrity. Let's tell ourselves some home truth. They lack imagination. They lack integrity. And as a journalist, when you lack in integrity and imagination, it shows up in your work. If the president coughs today, is Odumakin, is Adebanjo, are they the only Nigerians you have? Can't you look for a fresh angle? Can't you even balance the narrative? Is there nobody out there in public, for example, who is not even an APC member, but believes in what Buhari is doing? Let us have some balance, for God's sake. I'm sick and tired. We are so lazy, we so lack imagination, and most importantly, Sheriff, most importantly, our colleagues, we need to look ourselves in the eye. Most of us lack integrity. If you give me, look at my famous marker. I can mark. I used to play a game with Philip one time. I'll mark out stories. I said, Philip, this is what we used to call chope. Why do you find no?
It's called payola these days.
It's called payola now. Old school. That's old school. You see, there was a friend of mine said that there was one that he I don't want to mention his name. He's a PR executive. Yeah. He says when we went to a newsroom one day and the news editor kilo bade, that is what he comes along with. We lack imagination and integrity.
Right.
And I'm challenging our editors. Change the narrative. Yes, there is enough to criticize, our president about. I'm not happy with the way things are going.
Right.
But you don't throw away the baby with the bathwater and then get lazy and always talk to the same old people. Papa Adebanjo is 90-something. Give him a break and let him relax and enjoy the rest of his life. Let's have a fresh perspective, for crying out loud. And then what makes it even worse is that you always have this tendency to blow it up in the front page.
Right.
As if everything is on fire, and I think we do need to be careful. It's the media I'm going to call on. I do need to. Yes. Buhari is not probably pulling his weight as much as we thought, but even then, let's have a bit more balance. This is Buhari, Yakasai. If you look at the story somewhere, you find the Dumakin's name somewhere there. It says a Southern Middle Belt Forum, a joint statement by Yinka Dumakin, Guy Ikoku, Senator Basi Henshaw, and Dr. Dogo Middle Belt. It will lead you to the next story from Sanusi. Is that what he says?
Absolutely.
Is that Sanusi's story?
No. It's this one is the Rivers issue. This is one Yahoo Boy story. Rivers issue.
But let me quickly tell you what Sanusi, in case we run out of time.
Yes.
Sanusi said that most of our people who are into these various groups and so on and so forth.
There it is now. Those claiming to represent North, South, and or East fighting for their pocket. Sanusi.
Yes, thank you very much, Eddie. Sorry I disrupted you.
No, it's okay.
Yes, so this is the story I'm talking about. It says those claiming to represent North, South, East, they're fighting for their pockets. Yes, and Sanusi is somebody, if anybody knows, he should know. He interacts with a lot of these gentlemen. And he says that those who claim to represent the interests of the country's geopolitical zones were fighting for their pockets. This was on the platform, the Covenant.
Yes, the platform. That's right.
Annual
amazing.
And he was there. He threw all of them under the bus. Threw all of them under the bus, and it is true. There's enough evidence of that.
Right.
Don't let even go there.
Right.
Even if you look at the lifestyles of some of them alone, from 3-4 years ago to now, you know that something has gone down.
Yep.
And then the question I'd like to ask, Sheriff, is activism a full-time job? Could it be?
Maybe.
How do you get remunerated?
Maybe because we have commercialized. I mean, something that you should do on the part-time. Maybe because there's no point doing activism without any side job, without your main job, side job. Your main job. I mean, how do you survive? You have families, you have husband, you have wife, you have kids.
But some of them, husband and wife, are both doing it. So
some of them,
and they're looking well. They're living well. Nice assets. Nice cars.
Say it now. Just say it.
You see, I told you, I still remember there was a time on 2 occasions. One was an embassy of a country, another was a multinational.
Right.
And they contacted me and said, do you know any NGO, whatever we can work with? He hadn't finished his sentence before I said no. Especially the embassy one. I said no. Then the person now smiled, said, I know, Jimmy, I know. We've commercialized. We have a bad name. Business, name it. Activism too has become commercialized. Oh, God bless the late Gani Fawemi. He didn't take a dime from anybody. He had his law practice. He had his law books. Those were the real activists, not what you have now. Not you have an activist who stays permanently in a hotel of about 70-something naira a night. Where's he getting the money from? I beg second base.
Second base.
Let's go.
Let's do second base. Let's go with this one from Vanguard. Conversation with Azu. Azu says residents insurgency in estates gets a new lease. That's 1004 story, I think.
Yes, Azu is a fantastic writer. Unfortunately, the days of the columnists are gone. I remember, when I used to write my column in this day, 60 Minutes with Jimi Disu, it was a bomb. For those who are old enough then to read it, a lot of people, they don't know. They don't know that I started my life with papers. Anyway, Azu wrote this piece, and I like his imagination.
Right.
Instead of writing about Buhari, he now goes into another area of racketeering, and that is the issue of running estates. And there was a ruling last week of the Lagos High Court that says that residents in estates cannot be forced to pay levies and dues unless they are members, unless they agree.
Okay.
Because it has become, like you said, 1004. Some of the things that made the rounds in 1004 in the social media, I know they've been in court for a while.
Right.
Now, across, landlords associations have become a source of income for some people, and of course, a lot of compromises down the line. And that is the essence of Azu's article. I'd like people to find time to read.
To go and check it out.
To go and check it out.
Right. Let's pick this one from Tribune, Nigerian Tribune, page 13, Eyes of Islam. Southwest Muslims reject Oduduwa Republic. That's the story there.
Yeah, I told you that at every opportunity, we'd like to highlight this. And it says that Southwest Muslims reject Oduduwa Republic. And I am glad that they did. And I hope that Khan too would lend their voice to this. You see, if this movement is not checked, we don't even know the origins. Some of the people involved, we've never even heard of. We don't know what they've done. We don't know their standing in society, who have now said on behalf of the Yorubas, we are going to leave, we are going to form. Yorubas are not going anywhere. We are not, all the contributions that Yorubas have made into Nigeria is one major reason why they cannot leave. Secondly, Yorubas do not need to leave Nigeria to develop themselves.
Right.
You can have an Oduduwa Republic in spirit and develop the Southwest region. If you set your minds to it.
Sure.
But again, this is activism gone. People were used to the days of former governments who would throw money at any form of agitation. And I think the way the Niger Delta crisis was handled is one of the reasons for these new developments.
Yep.
Yep. And
a lot of money went into solving problems in Niger Delta.
Solving problems. Keep throwing money at everything.
Throw money.
These are the consequences.
Right.
So I'm glad that the Southwest Muslims have rejected. It says the Muslim Umana of Southwest Muslim have declared that Muslims of the Southwest are opposed to any idea of Oduduwa Republic or any other act that may amount to secession from the Federal Republic. And look at the second story here. It says the National Council of Muslim Youth Organization, NACOMIO, and the Muslim Students Society of Nigeria, MSSN, in southern Nigeria have dissociated themselves from the agitation for secession. Instead of us to put our minds to things that would, would help us as a people, you just find some people dissenting. Like Sanusi said, most of them is for their personal pockets.
Personal, it is.
When you hear there's a security summit, in London. When you say something as Wale, that means that you can still see it in the room.
Right.
No, he goes in the room and then he's buried there.
Adegwega Adedeji on Twitter says, I have said it before, if the handlers of PMB allowed him to be free with the press and the public, Nigerians will know his mindset and how he reasons. Yesterday's speech revealed a lot. It shows that PMB is far from reality. Tie that to this headline on the Nation that says, Buhari, no going back on petrol subsidy removal.
I'm sure that even Additional finds it distressing that on the 60th anniversary of Nigeria, he cannot organize a press parley for his principal. Now, how do we look at that? Is it an act of arrogance or an act of admission that he has nothing to say, or an act of admission that he probably doesn't speak well, or what would you call it? I think that if they knew that was the problem, they should have found a way in which Osinbajo, who is his vice president, should talk to us for about 2 hours and let us know the minds of our leaders. I don't even believe that Buhari can't face a press conference or whatever. I don't think so. I think if well guided, it can be managed. And if it can't be managed, why not let his vice president, a very articulate person, is a professor of law, and he went to Unilag just in case you are wondering.
He went to Unilag.
Wemimo is not here. It would have been good. We need to look. We the led need to know where these people are leading us to.
Right.
We need to know their minds. But even in marking this story, this is a bit of an untying to the Labour Congress.
Right.
You see what happened?
Mm-hmm.
We will still consider. You see, the man has come out to say definitely there is no going back on petrol subsidy removal, and there should be no going back on it. There should be no going back.
How about the power tariff? What's your position?
No, I said that about 2-3 days ago, that we need to be honest with ourselves. Okay? The discos are not running, they're running a commercial enterprise. They're not NGOs.
Yes, you said that.
They're not NGOs. The government owes Nigerians some level of comfort and subsidy. We shouldn't shy away from the fact that you need to subsidize. What does the Nigerian nation offer me? If I'm a British citizen, I know that, okay, my health under the NHS, yes, my transportation is subsidized somewhat. The Nigerian government must be prepared to provide succor, for the general populace in a very honest and transparent manner. Not this issue that I read in the papers somewhere online this morning that they are going to give 30,000 naira to certain people at a time when the money for child feeding, for children feeding has gone into private accounts. There must be some succor for if we cannot run electricity as a private concern,
right,
on a commercial basis, then let the government take over.
Jimmy, what's coming at 9 today?
I have. Today Friday is for the youth.
Yes.
Mainly. So I have 2 kids.
Okay.
The Majek sons. Not Majek Fashek.
Okay.
Majek Jazwil, his 2 sons.
Okay.
One is a chef, one is a photographer. The photographer is about to get into uni. The chef has just left uni.
Oh.
And they've set up, they call it Jazwil Kitchen. Jazwil, their dad had Jazwil whatever.
Okay.
He's retired.
Okay.
So the sons have like we all pray, have taken over. And so we are in for a good discussion at 9 o'clock.
Fantastic, Jimmy. Thank you so much for coming on.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. Lagos joined Jimmy Disu on the Daily Digest at 9 o'clock this morning. We'll take a break now to bring you the news. After the news, we'll talk with one of the protesters arrested. Some will be charged to court today, according to information reaching me. And we'll speak with one of the conveners of the protest this morning of the show on what transpired yesterday somewhere in town. Stay here on Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.